Story time. I was a career girly, I did all the things. I went to university, I got good grades out of school, I did my master's, I worked at one of the top theatres in the country, I worked at a national TV station, and I thought, okay, yeah, I'm going to climb my way up the corporate ladder. And I'm happy that this happened to me, but I had a significant health crisis because of the cumulative effects of institutionalized racism. And this stuff is very insidious, right? It's very subtle. It's very plausibly deniable. And it was so funny. At that time, people were like, oh, you've got the race card. The race card is a trap. The race card is false. Because the truth is, as much as you know that it's racism, it's very difficult to call it out because they know what words they cannot use. But, closing ranks and micromanaging and seeing people being promoted over your head, all of that is stuff you can't directly call out. And ultimately you end up genuinely thinking, well, it must be me. I'll just do better, I'll just try harder. Or you do the opposite and just check out. And then you end up being like yeah, whatever. I'll just do it. I don't care. And what I found for me is that I was young. Right? So what that looked like was being very passive aggressive and living for the weekend, just showing up, doing the things because I know, you don't give a damn about what my wants and needs and ambitions are within this company. I've paid my dues. I've been here a long while. I've shown you that I'm good and I want to go there and you're keeping me here. And, after a long while, you have the mindset of either I must not be good enough or it's not terrible, the money's not bad. Look, I'm just going to do what I do and have a great time in the weekends. And your body tells you. Do you know how many meetings I was in that I would just be like, kill me now? Or, yeah, just stop talking altogether because I know that when I made a comment, it was skipped over or the atmosphere was just a bit off. And I'm very articulate. I'm an academic. I was very confident, and sometimes that alone puts people's noses out of joint in the wrong circumstance. So I had to figure out whether I was going to nestle up to power and use my attributes to get where I was going, or because that's still a trap, right? That's still a trap, especially as a black woman. Our reputation, it doesn't take much for us to just be tarnished forevermore. I went the passive-aggressive route, and what I learned through my healing journey is that any powerful female, because my mum was a powerful female that I wasn't able to challenge to any effect. Do you know what I mean? I was a child and my mum was all-powerful and she used to do some tyrannical BS that I was like, but what are you going to do? You can't. She has more power than you. I can pack my bags and go find a comfy park bench if that's what is preferable to me. And what I realised is that way of relating to power, feminine power, is exactly what I played out in a workplace scenario. So rather than having the maturity, the self-awareness to understand what my needs are and have direct conversations professionally in a regulated way, I hadn't built those tools yet. I hadn't started my healing journey. All that happened is these feelings bubbled up. I knew that I couldn't take it there, so I suppressed them and just was deadpan, filled with rage, and just avoided them. Like I used to avoid my mum, just fine. When you're upstairs, I'll be downstairs. When you're downstairs, I'll be upstairs. Don't expect a good morning. I'll do my job. And actually, I prided myself on doing my job well, because then when I went on annual leave, I used to love just watching the House of Cards drop. Again, completely immature, completely unhealed, completely childish. So I say all that to say, going on my healing journey has given me so much power, because I now don't relate to powerful feminine energy by making myself smaller and avoiding it. And it took me a while to confront that. And I needed to confront it because although it protected me from females that did not have my best interest at heart at all in a work scenario. It also robbed me of incredible relationships, incredible opportunities, because women are brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Women are fabulous. But I was trauma that I wasn't aware was colouring how I saw the world. And I was reacting in a way that I thought was just completely normal, self-preservation. Oh, your danger, I see a threat. My system would go into fight or flight, and it would just look like, nope, not today. Vroom. And here's the thing, sometimes that still comes up today. And the beauty of this work is that I'm now in connection to myself enough to know all the signals, what's going on, what this means, and I'm conscious of it. And as soon as I'm conscious of it, I get to make a new choice. Yeah, I get to say, oh, here's that thing. There's a woman who's powerful, and I don't actually think she's bad and she's going to harm me, but I can still feel that I'm activated in a certain way. It happens to a lot lesser extent than it used to because of the processing and the releasing and the work that has gone on. But even still now, I get that. I know, flood of adrenaline, and I'm like, okay, I need to go towards that because this is historical, and every time it's been a beautiful exchange, and I keep having to challenge myself, and that has only become a possibility as I built the interoceptivity required to understand my physiology and to make new choices, open up entirely new pathways, make myself more money, literally, because I'm not playing small. I'm not shrinking myself for safety, it took me a while to sort of understand the psychology of what was happening, but as soon as I did, things shifted.